we're good. We keep going. But yeah, that you just everything compromise.
Yep.
It's crazy how we make our own failure list at first, but then to go back and retrace it, how humbling it is.
I just didn't understand boundaries.
Yeah.
I thought I did. I really did. I got lots of compliments on how good I was at it and how I stuck to it and all those things. And I guess I just didn't understand how important they really were. I really didn't. It just seemed like it was kind of a facade at that point. I'm not saying it was, because I was really putting boundaries in place. I just did, when it mattered, it seems to be when it matters the most. That's when I...
You think when people co-sign too, though, it makes it, what do you want to say, like, where you're at, like, so you compromise with this one, but then they kind of co-sign with, like, you're doing a good job, so they're like, oh, okay, like, then I really got it. Does it kind of feed the ego or whatever, or give you a
false sense of security?
Yeah, you know.
It keeps you from doing the hard work sometimes, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, to continue on that path, because boundaries were something that I always struggled with.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. Because you got to have a certain amount of self-worth for you to have a boundary, and then continue to hold that boundary.
Hold it.
Yeah,
hold it tight. Cause once you put it in place.
Yep. And I grooved on intensity and chemistry, and I had some really just wrong views of life. I mean, there's a lot of things. I mean, I could just go through the list in terms of my own personal walk, but I mean, that's just probably...
Childhood, right? Not even learning from, like, not childhood wasn't even taught boundaries.
Not when you're being abused.
No.
Because then you're taught the opposite.
Survive.
Yes, you're just surviving. You're not learning anything.
Yeah.
You're learning how to navigate a tumultuous environment that you didn't create. And to me, that's the definition of survival.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're living in, and so how you learn how to survive day over day over day, how are you not going to take that with you?
Yeah.
How are you not going to go to school and have to navigate the environment the same way or see it in that way?
All right, you didn't operate in school to
Yeah.
the teacher standards. And back then, teachers were kind of, like, they had a lot of authority, I would say.
For
like,
sure.
people don't have authority like they do it now. But teachers back then, like I said, we used to get spankings in elementary school.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They snatch you up.
Yeah. They spank you in front of school.
Yep.
Principal McCann.
Oh, yeah, they shamed you.
Yeah, shamed you.
Yeah, and publicly humiliated
Then you go home and then you get another spanking for being
Yep.
shamed. Like, where's the... Yeah.
So you don't really learn... You just learn survival skills.
There's no boundary line.
No, and then at that point in time, you don't really feel like you're worth anything.
But then you're big stuff because you survived all that when you get older, right?
I think so.
I'm strong. Look how strong I was.
Or proving.
Yeah. I can do this. And
that was my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, definitely how tough I am, or whatever that means.
Yeah, the ego.
Ego is a good way to put it.
It just fills it up because you survived.
Sounds
I'm
prettier.
a survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that can go and play, and then the relationships or our failed attempts, right? I survived that, so then my ego can kind of rebuild itself, right? Unless we check it.
For sure.
Like, right? Because then it could be a problem again, like you said. That's a good boundary to set.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I guess I always would joke that I have a big enough to kill me. And I always thought it was so funny to say that, but it's really true.
Yeah.
I'll destroy my life.
Scary true, huh?
Yeah, very
Where you
scary.
realize, like, people they don't get the gist of it.
It's probably not scary at 27, but at 47 it is.
Yeah. Because you already seen the damage you did.
Yeah, because it takes so much time. I used to say these cocky things like, I'm not afraid to make a mess because I know how to clean them up.
Uh-huh.
And, but what I didn't account for is how long it would take to clean up messes.
Yeah.
And then maybe I do have the skill set to clean it up, but some things take years. And some things just don't get cleaned up because you don't get the chance to do it. It's not up to you.
At all.
Yeah. And
stay there.
so you realize how little control you really have. And then you start thinking that's when character really starts to matter.
Yeah.
And then you start to go, oh, wow, man, I need... my character does... What I do in this moment matters. And I think that matters to me more today. And I really believe it's because of my age. It's just because I don't have enough time to fix it. I'm 57 or I'm 67, and then what type of quality of life have I had? My life is just rebuilding all the messes that I make because of my stupid ego. Just to prove that I'm tough, or to hang on to something because they made me mad or whatever, or I'm going to prove it to them. And that's a really shameful way to live your life.
Yeah.
At least for me it was.
Do you see your kid, like you said, your kids
look?
It just tears your heart even more, dude, right?
Yeah, especially
but it's just the perfect time, though, like you said, because right now is the most critical time possible.
Yeah. And then understand that what you do when you're young, you get trapped into a life.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of happens to you. You know, I mean, lots of people talk about it. You just kind of wake up one day and you're like, man, how did I get here?
Yeah, what happened?
I mean, I had that in my late 20s. That's why I got sober.
Yeah.
How did I get here? Dude, you wrecked your life. I was not a good human being.
Yeah.
But what can I do about it now?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing today. What can I do about it now?
Yeah.
And
it's staring right in the eyes, kind of.
Self-love.
Yeah. And then the little ones staring you too, like the eyes and the joy they get, because they get the father. They like, even if say like you stay married or I stay married, like the kid's father wouldn't have been the father they have today neither, though. You know what I'm saying? It's like trial by fire kind of thing. Like now you're refined enough to be that father they need.
I mean, that is true. I guess I'm just not very good the first time and the second time.
I
agree with what you're saying.
But you still have a chance, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then who you are now, like you said, the person you were then compared to now, like now is probably like the best time to, if that does get restarted, you're conscious enough to be in that moment with her. You know what I'm saying? With the oldest one, huh?
Yep.
And then really like, and not enjoy it for just your sake, but enjoy it for both of y'all.
Yeah.
You know, because the book's not closed. Like you said, the canon is not. I would consider it scriptural, like we was talking earlier. It's still progressing or transgressing, whatever you want to call it. So, pursuing, like they said, pursuing the happiness. You know, like Will Smith sleeping in the bathroom with his son. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets almost to that point mentally, really.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. I mean, that's a good word picture.
How far are you willing to go, right? And then the message you cleaned up, and then having to sit in with it.
I mean, that's really true. I think it's really an ugly feeling when you're the one living in the bathroom, though.
Yeah. Terrible.
Right? It's really, and nothing really prepares you in life for that moment. But I'm really grateful for the opportunities to live those moments, to have the pain. I guess I wouldn't want to live my life another way, regardless if I'm robbed of my childhood or not, or whatever happened. I don't think I could have said that in any point in time in my life besides now.
No.
Right?
You just called yourself.
Because there is a pursuit, right?
Yeah.
And you just, I don't really know how to put it into the words, but probably necessarily or out of necessity at times, right? So like if you're living there's a certain amount of drive that comes from necessity, and then there's a certain amount that where ego's really your friend.
Oh yeah.
You know, because it's going to push you to get past those necessary moments and do pretty crazy things. I mean, I've been on the verge of homelessness several times in my life, pursuing something. And sometimes I was like, yes, I'm willing to do it for this greater thing. And other times I was doing it for this really crappy thing. So, you know, it works both ways. I guess what I would say is a racehorse runs just as fast in either direction.
Yeah, either direction.
Right? Yeah, and that's me. Either I'm running good and I'm doing the right thing, or man, I'm running the other way.
What they call it? That's
unfortunately.
Like addictive personalities, right? Like I'm all in. Once I start, I'm committed.
Oh,
whether it's that way or this way.
Yeah. And today I think that the balance is there, you know, that's the intensity. Right, so today it's about balance and not running into, you know, and even if you are running, maybe you could trot a bit.
Yeah.
There's a time to run, you know, there's a season for everything.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's a better way to put it.
A time under the sun for everything, King Solomon says.
Yeah.
Well, was it Buddha or somebody said, or maybe it was Viktor Frankl or something, he says not the, it's the happiness of being able to pursue sometimes too.
That's the beauty of it too.
Yeah.
For
now
sure.
You can flip it right at this age.
Well, I think I've always probably been
happy in pursuit.
Yeah. I love the pursuit. Yeah,
because whether it's going, because if it's going bad too, like we're in our scene or whatever we're doing, it's good too, I guess, in the moment.
Falling in love with the process.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that. Yeah.
That's true, facts.
For sure.
I don't know if we want to do an introduction. We don't have to. Or we just keep talking.
Yeah, we can do something like how maybe our so we've released a couple videos.
Yeah, my name is James. Camera's over there. My name is James. And then Jay, we're the host of Theory of Brotherhood. Marcel couldn't be here today, but he's with us in spirit. So we're here to address or go over the last 2 episodes, I guess. Since you're a busy man, hard to get you booked in, man. So I'm glad for you to be here.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah,
I'm glad this is the first. Yeah. Thanks for. It's nice to be a part of this and to actually do some filming and.
Well, it's your baby too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I like the direction we're headed, and I think that you start before you're ready. And I think it's obvious that that's where we're at, but that's still cool. I think, again, pursuing that.
Yeah.
My question to you, James, is how do you think they've gone so far, the last few that you've been a part of? Cause
I think they went pretty well. You know, always we're super anal about everything I do. So considering that thorn, that inner critic in me, I think that they went very well because I took a lot to learn from them. Like position setting, what my sister said, like even when me and Marcel just did in the barbershop, the lighting, my sister said my head was too shiny. So I was like, okay, good to know. Yeah, I love the feedback.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the last one we did, you know, maybe like having the positioning, you know, that we were naturally talking like we are now instead of the, you know, going back and forth. So yeah, it's good. Not aesthetics. Just content, you know. So, and then I got to leave enough room for them to come back too, to revisit too. So that way, like Roscoe came on last time, so I know I have a lot of questions for him, and we call it follow up. So it'd be good to get him in the next couple months scheduled down for like a revisit. So I know he'll be up to that, but it's putting it on the schedule where it works for everybody. Because I would like everybody there. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be nice when everybody can sit down.
Yeah, and he can just be like a responder kind of thing. Like, all right, you did your thing. Like even Luke, like you did your thing. Now you be the responder. Now we're just gonna ask these probably really intelligent questions or really dumb questions, but we're going. Your R's for an hour. What you got? What you think about this? How does this apply here?
Yeah.
Or how did you do this here? Right. Like Roscoe in the middle. Like how did you find the mental fortitude and the strength to do that until you got to that point? When, you know, the really breaking point, and how can you? What gems can you throw out there for people to help? You know what I'm saying? Like yours was a big one. Like, because it's hard to admit the betrayal of yourself. It's always easy for us to blame others, but then you figure out they did exactly what they were supposed to do. I just betrayed myself with my boundaries, and I took away from that actually a couple months ago, or it was a while back, but I walked away with that. Like, you know, that was the whole time I was running and denying was that, but then that was my ego. But I betrayed myself because the other person did exactly what they were supposed to do, to a T. And I expected them to do something different, but so like I said,
I thought through effort and through through whatever my means that would equal this result, some sort of formulated issue, as opposed to just being myself and allowing that other person to be who they are and seeing them for who they are.
Yeah.
So the controlling nature, that's, you know, you learn a lot about yourself and self-betrayal.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And you don't admit it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You run away from it.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
it's good to learn at 47, though, I guess.
Yeah,
You
learn
know,
it sometime.
42, 43.
Well,
Because we still have a chance to fight.
Yeah.
Or correct some of the stuff.
I like the rawness, the realness of this so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfiltered, uncut. I mean, aesthetics are aesthetics. I guess you can learn that, but I like it's from the heart, and people are sharing truly what they learn, and it's never. I guess what I would say in a positive way is marvel in the ordinary, and marvel where you get certain types of information. Most of the information I've used to change my life came in very ordinary situations. Regardless of the peaks and the valleys, it was ordinary, mundane information that really made a huge impact in my life. And so I think that, like, I'm not saying that the whole message has been mundane. I'm just saying that I love that realness and that rawness of it. And if you're looking to change your life and you're looking for another example, that there's people out there that have been through it and have been through some real stuff that and have turned their life around in their own right and have made a positive impact on the people around them, especially the people they deal directly with, family members, brothers, sisters, mom and dads, grandmas, grandpas, and then on the community itself. I mean, some people like to say the ripple effect, fine, whatever. To me, it's just those first, second, third order consequences. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
And cause-effect relationships. I did this, and then this had an effect here.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the effect goes further than we think. And then when you're making a positive impact on the community and can make a positive contribution, I really think that men especially are wired for that. We're wired for that outward, external, let's make a dent, or let's make something, that legacy, right? Roscoe was talking about that. What are you leaving behind? Those are some of that. Like, I agree with you. There was definitely some follow-ups that I would like to ask him, and one of them is legacy, and how he viewed that, and in light of those legacy moments, how does he view his life today? And so I think that's
optimistic for men to understand too, that process of legacy, and how, I mean, not important it is, but it is important to a sense, right? But if you're spiritual, obviously, but it's still important because your legacy, like Joe, or it was a righteous man, let's just say, but like what my legacy is when I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want it to be you want it to impact the community, because that's godly in its value anyways, because you're created in his image, so the community feels your energy. Well, like you said, ripple effect, butterfly, whatever you want to call it, cause and effect. But people go know your energy is real or not right off the bat eventually, because it's not self-sustaining if it's negative, though. You feel it. I don't know. I feel it a lot of times too when it's real or not, and that's what I like about the rawness of this. There's no rehearse or no script or nothing. It's just like two guys that been through the shit, or been through the trenches, came out the other side and able to look back and reflect, not blame. It didn't help the next man up with no ego, right? So that takes a lot too. Instead of getting out the trenches and be like, oh, I made it, and then now you just go, what can I do now to get my castle or whatever? Like, you pursuing of the ego and the lack care of everybody else, not looking back and reflecting, but taking it as pride. I just made the trenches, but turning back and by thanking God that you're still breathing, and helping that next man up.
I agree.
Yeah,
well, that's how we started.
Yeah, hand to hand.
I needed the help.
And you helped me too, believe it or not. Yeah, you helped me up while I was laying down. You picked me up.
That's good.
Plenty of times. It kept me on my toes, and that's what I could tell where we were going at first. So I
didn't even really think I'd done a lot of therapy in life, just to get past some of the things that I've gone through. But that's why I believe in the brotherhood more today than I ever have. Is that's what's got me to where I'm at today. Regardless of what you think of my life, it could be substantially worse.
Oh yeah.
Right. So if you're on the outside looking in, you'd be like, well, that ain't much. Well, it's better than the alternative. For me, you know, today I have a shot to be the guy, a man of good character. I have a shot to be a good father. The system isn't raising my kids. These other things that I have seen that go around in layers and layers. Not that it has to be the worst, right? There's other things that get neglected in what I would say affluent families or whatever. But what I see common, the bond, is the brotherhood and other men and admitting our problems, at least to one other human being, and being able to talk to another man.
Yeah.
Which was difficult for me in the beginning. So that's probably why it means so much to me.
Yeah, I can see it. And then, like, at work, too, like, being a leader, like, other men.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people would watch how we move and operate, because, like, we talk a certain way, and then I do that, too. Like, you look at it like, man, I don't know. Look at this holy, this righteous, this holy roller, right? And then you start to judge them, right? And watch everything they do. But then you start to realize, like, this dude's really, like, doing something big, right?
Yeah.
So then you're like, well, he has to be real. Then they're like, well, what are you doing? What's the trick? And so then they, like, the guys that worked, all the men that you lead, they watch, like, from where you were, whatever it was, a year or whatever, to now. Even like your boss or this men, like, everybody's watching, dude, that even when we don't think they're watching.
Well, even doing this is a risk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, putting it out there for everybody to see, and then feeling confident and comfortable in yourself to do that, right? And you're going to open yourself up to ridicule no matter what. And so being able to have the skin and the thickness to do that, because not everything's good, but it's still... I mean, I've learned a lot from those situations, but yeah, definitely where I was at. I mean, it's always good when other people notice that you have turned your life around and it's affected them in some positive way.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool, especially if your life, regardless if your life is going good or bad in that moment, it's still a really good feeling that, that other people are paying attention to that. Yeah. And it just shows you who's really watching, people that you don't think are watching, especially the people that don't like you.
Yeah.
Those people are really paying attention.
Very close attention.
They're really looking at what they're waiting for you to slip up. And so when you can change those people and bring them onto your team, and then you can create a guy that was once your enemy and now he's your friend, that's a beautiful exchange.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know what it's like to be that person's enemy.
Yeah.
And they know what it's like to be yours. And then your friendship, so they speak more honestly to you than most other people do in your life. So those things are good. I mean, I don't want to get off track.
No, you're good. It's pretty good. No, it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is really good to do that, to turn that to perks. Like I said, they're watching closely. Now, we've been on the other side. I watch the person closely.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. There's been people that I haven't liked in my life that I've been waiting to let them know. Yeah. Sadly. But
it is what it is. That's the way it is.
Today I'm trying to, I wish for people's success, not their failure.
Yeah.
You know, which I was never really big on that anyway, so I'm like, I don't want to misrepresent it. I've always been like, hey, I hope it's going well for you. And if you're doing better than me, especially.
Yeah. Like,
congratulations. That's amazing. Good for you. Because it's not an overnight matter. Those people worked hard to get where they're at.
Yeah. And
very few people are really handed a lot of stuff in life.
Very few.
And if they are, they're still going to go through. They still go through some sort of pain. It may not be the pain that I went through, but it's their pain.
Yeah, no matter what it is.
Yeah. It's kind of like grief. Grief is hard for the person who's dealing with grief.
Yeah.
It's individual.
You know, like we saw, everybody had mental health issues, whether they want to admit it or not. Whether it's a little bit bipolar, a little bit schizophrenic today, a little bit manic tomorrow. Like, everybody has this their brain, the way it operates.
Yeah.
I think, you know, it's
for sure.
So nobody is running without.
There's an up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whether you have it all or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The number one thing I think that I've gotten out of all of it is that being willing to ask for help and accept said help, and then apply multiple times.
Reapply.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. And continuing to reapply and and having the humility to go back to what I would call basics, right? You know, kind of what you learned in kindergarten, keep your hands and feet to yourself. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. Yeah. Right? You know, it's okay to keep it to yourself.
It's okay.
You know, there's a time to be bold, right, and speak out, but there's also, I mean, you've been in groups.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be around that guy.
Nah, because then, like you said, you get that. Everybody gets, you don't be that guy.
Right?
Nobody likes that guy.
Everybody's looking for the problem.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so something I've been listening to lately, and I think that maybe this has been a little bit unearthed, maybe more in my own life, but I was really good at winning arguments earlier in my life and not good at finding solutions. And today I think it's just about finding solutions, and those solutions are not these grandiose types things. They're simple. They're usually people within your circle that have usually a vested interest for you to live a better life.
Yeah.
And that's pretty a miraculous thing for a person.
Oh, yeah. Because then it's not just you, that genuine human thing, connection, like when the children, everybody, but then when other people start believing in you too, like really want the benefit for you to be where you need to be, is like, when you get a hold of that, man, like you'll know it, like and it comes so simple. Like I've always waited for this big old like Aladdin entrance when he wished to be the prince or whatever to get Jasmine, right? He did what he had to do, but I look at that as being a solution to my problems sometimes. Like it's finding such the minimal, like it's just right there and it's so simple that it's like, for me, for spiritual guys, but to find it in the brotherhood, it's usually the people that's in your circle.
The complexity that we make our problems, or what you're describing, the Aladdin entrance, that's pretty cool. I think is the extent of our ego. Right, we're such unique, in everything. That now we're going to have to need this big grandiose solution to solve it.
Yeah.
And it could, for me, it's like get up on time, go to bed on time, eat on time, take care of yourself, go to work. Just show up for your life. Show up for your life. Pay your bills on time. Treat people well. Bite your tongue. You know the moments.
Bite the tongue.
Listen to your gut. If you're everything in your body is saying, your mind, your body, wherever you feel it from, is saying, don't do that, don't do it, right? Don't go past that line. Like, and I'm a big violator of that, like constantly overstepping the line of my own, whether it be my own boundaries or somebody else. You can see you're pushing somebody and you're like, I got to get that one more in. Ha ha ha, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's not that you live a deadbeat life, I don't think. I just think that, like, there's a few guys that, like, discipline equals freedom, right? Like, that's not my saying. I think it's Jocko that says that.
Yeah.
I think he wrote a book about it. But that's really what I found to be, so to speak, the secret of life, is and then being in the moment. And if you're in the past, you're into fear. If you're anxious, you're into the future. And so trying to live in that moment, or be where your hands are, right? In that moment. Sometimes my kids know this about me, is I'll be sitting there and I'll drift off into thought. And I mean, maybe they can tell, maybe they're talking to me. And then all of a sudden I'll snap my fingers or clap my hands, and that's my cue. That is, hey man, get in the moment. They're talking to you. They're telling you about their life. This is a moment.
Slow it down.
Don't miss the moment.
At 10% Arizona.
That's
gonna be inside one. Ain't nobody gonna get that one. I'm gonna use that one, dog. That's a good one.
That's funny.
But that's so real though. But
it's true.
Yeah. But in the moment, right? That is right. Because I get, even when the girls talk or whatever, the kids talk, like you get to the
And then you see how intuitive they are. Like when you have multiple kids, you get to see how well they listen to each other. And as an adult, you think your problems are bigger than whatever. No, man, they're dealing with life. That's their life on their terms. And when you see, like, when I see my two daughters interact and I see how well they listen to each other, it's kind of terrifying. They know when you're not listening. And so I guess I always said I would never be that guy, but as an adult, I guess you think you're just carrying all these things, I guess, that you think are so important. And
Like I said, it's their life they're living. They're not up there with you, like worried about electric bill or.
Why am I worrying about that?
Yeah.
What am I doing that for? I wasn't worried about that when they were born.
No.
Right? I was just focused on them. I was all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it needs to be.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we got to worry about that stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But if you're working, right, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, I mean, things happen the way they happen. You're just managing. I guess I always take the idea, if you're faithful in small things, you'll be faithful in large things. Yeah. So just do the small things. The big decisions will take care of themselves.
Always.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then it wasn't.
Yeah. It's more people oriented than what we give it credit for. That's yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because bills are important. I'm not going to say the person who doesn't have electricity. I've been there. Mm-hmm. It's pretty important. You're worried about it.
It's in the top 10 at least.
Yeah,
more people than not.
Food, clothing, and shelter are kind of a big deal.
Man.
I'm not trying to minimize that,
no.
but if you're talking to people, my point being is if you're in the moment and that's your next problem to solve, people will come to, and that's what I think this is about.
Yeah.
Like whether that be the brotherhood, just being able to open up and say and not be ashamed to admit. That's what it is for me. Yeah. The shame that I made, whether I made the mistake or I didn't make the mistake, but I was embarrassed of the problem that I was in, and I wanted to handle it on my own.
Yep.
And I learned that from an early age that I just had to take care of life on my own. And then when I realized, wow, this is a really great thing. I can ask people for help and they actually help me. Yeah. And I had to learn that process over and over again. Reapply. Yeah.
Well, it comes down to trust them too, right?
For sure.
Because then you put that trust in the people that squander it.
Yeah. And that's what so do I want to be the person that my kids trust, right?
Yeah.
Or do I want to be what I grew up with where there was no trust and that's just not going to be there?
Yeah.
It's not there today.
Yeah.
It's just never going to be there. And I have to really accept that.
Yeah.
And but that doesn't give me a permanent excuse to not have that. I'm responsible for my life.
Yeah.
And then how do I get help? So maybe I need help being a father.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks that that's the truth, but that's the truth. And so where do I go for that? Well, let's see people that are good fathers that I respect and see how their kids are operating. It doesn't mean that my kids are going to do all the same things that they're going to do, but at least I'm showing up as a good father. That matters to me.
And it takes a lot to put yourself, you know what I'm saying, like from here to here to see that, right? Because the problem solver, right? But then you don't know. Like I was always taught a good thing, like to stay in the moment, like it's a good one. But like not worry about who's right or wrong, James, but just give them a safe place to be themselves.
Oh wow, that's really good. I agree with that. And that's applied a lot.
Yeah, a man told me that, and I really, took that. And
For sure.
Like, I'm worried about letting the electric bill, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But who's right or who's wrong, vindication. But then you're like, but they don't. That's not their life though, right? That they need a safe place to be themselves.
Yep.
Because who they gonna grow up to be, right?
Saying that this is the way it's always been. So this is the way it's always going to be.
Yeah.
And so I think that's how it relates to me, right? Like what you're saying.
Especially with girls too, right? Like you said, they know, like their radar is so, like, it's crazy. Because they, like, if I do get frustrated or whatever, like I burn the coffee,